Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. I let me start this by saying I am a very weak, insecure person. Okay, I have been since I was a child, and I'm barely coming to terms with it. When I talk this way, it's me being as honest as possible, not only with myself, but basically with, the entire world. Not that the entire world watches my videos, but you get what I'm saying. It's taken me a long fucking time to get to a point where I can say something like that. Like, honestly, even to myself, but also to the world. It's not been easy. And now that I'm in this place of just constant introspection and honesty within myself, it is the most frustrating thing to see fakeness in the world, artificial people in the world. And I think that I've always seen it, but it's never been so triggering to me as it has been recently. Why? I ask myself, why is it so triggering to me when I see people, putting up a front, talking about things they don't even know, pretending like they know something that they don't, when you can tell that they don't. Like recently, what did I say? I asked somebody, oh, did you work here during that time? And they were like, oh, yeah, I did. But they didn't. It's like sometimes you ask those questions because you're like, oh, I know you didn't. I know this isn't true. That's why I'm asking you. Like, why? How do you know this without, whatever? And the person said, yeah, I've been here for, but they hadn't. And I know that. So it's just like, it's an example of just people will lie to your face and they don't even know why. But like I said, why is this stuff triggering to me? That's the thing that I keep asking myself. And I think the main thing that I came to terms with is it reminds me of myself. It reminds me of me, not only, in my past, but even now. I might have tendencies to want to lie about who I am or what I believe or where I stand on certain issues or whatever, But mostly it's just a reminder of my past self. And growing up, I literally used to lie so much that it was a constant daily struggle to not only continue lying to try to build myself and put myself in positions I probably shouldn't have been in the first place, but it was a daily struggle to stay in those positions and keep up with the lies I had already made. Like in junior high school, according to what I would tell people, I grew up in LA and North Hollywood. I've been in a whole bunch of fights, even though I've only been in like one. I wasn't even, or a couple that weren't even technically fights. I had sex with a bunch of girls already. This is junior high school, early high school. Like, I just literally had to be and pretend to be somebody who I wasn't. And eventually it got to a point where I was like, fuck this. And I just could not keep up with the lies anymore. I just couldn't do it. You get embarrassed enough and called out on your lies enough and frustrated and stressed out enough to the point where you just are like, fuck this. I'm done. I am who I am, and that's that. And I think that it took me at least a long time to get to this place finally, but it's been so fucking worth it. It's scarier. It's super scary when you stop putting up your blinders, and every day you have to honestly look at yourself and try to keep going forward. And then it gets even scarier when you start looking at the world and the universe and life in and of itself honestly, and you're honest with yourself about how little you truly know. Then that gets even more scary, and then in turn makes you question yourself even further. So that's kind of where I'm at. It's very scary, but it's also very eye-opening. And I don't know. I guess I just really wanted to make a video just talking about how fucking frustrating it can be. What the hell's going on? Where is this? Oh, there we go. How frustrating it can be. Just being around fake people, and how little patience I have, and how little I just don't want to do it anymore, dude. Like, I get put in positions where I have to sit in groups of people that are all just being fake, and everybody wants to talk about themselves, and everybody wants to put themselves on these high horses and act like they're better than someone else, and I am just not here for it anymore. I just can't do it, dudes. I just can't do it. I just put it right there. I just can't do it, man, and I'm just, you know, my cousin Corey and I did a podcast recently, and we talked about how, like, he had his different names and he has different, like, personalities. Like, he's Corey at home and he's Universe on the road, or like when he raps and performs. And I responded, I was just like, I don't know. I'm Audible 484 at all times. I feel more like Audible than I do Miguel or Mikey or whatever the fuck, you know, you want to call me. And that's weird. And I told him, it's like, it gets confusing in that sense, you know, like sometimes you get confused in a sense of like, who am I really, and blah, blah, blah. And before I start going on rants and just talking too much, in this podcast, he told me, it seems like you have always just unapologetically been yourself. And I would say not always, but maybe since around the time, you know, I met him or whatever the fuck, you know, later, a little after that for sure. But I am there now. I would consider myself unapologetically me. You know, I have no compassion for fakeness, no bullshit. I understand at work you gotta play a game. I understand you don't want to be rude and just an asshole. But, you know, I've legitimately lost friendships recently, and, you know, our friendships have gotten really messed up because I have just been completely honest with everyone. I'm not the type of friend who's going to bullshit with you and say, hey, you're going to make it. Everything's going to be okay. You're doing great. Don't worry. No, I'm the kind of friend that says, hey, man, you're better than that. You can do better. You're capable of way more than what you're doing right now. And people don't like that. So I have no more tolerance for artificial bullshit. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. You guys tell me. Have you guys ever got to a place like this in your life? Have you guys noticed a lot of fakeness in your life? I think maybe even in the reality that is becoming where we are now, like in where our society is going after, you know, the quarantine and everything. It's just like everything's kind of changing, and I do sense that there's a lot more. There's a need for realness, and I'm glad that I've gotten to this place where I can be real. But I think that I just need to be much more unapologetically real and myself. I love you guys so much. Have a great rest of your fucking week. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Am I just being a dick? Do I think am I thinking that I'm just like that? Am I holding out myself at a high horse because I think that I'm not bullshitting and other people are? Like, where are you guys at with all this? Love you guys.